guys, welcome to another video. Look at me, I am uploading 2 videos today. So here we go. This is an update on the witch hat memory decks video tutorial that I shared earlier this morning. I saw someone comment, I'll post it right here, and she said she was a little confused and she wasn't sure about measurements. And so I was like, okay, well, let's do this again. Let's do it really quickly. I have some time to do it this afternoon, so I thought it would be fun. Start with the bottom of the memory decks. We are going to cut 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 inches by 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 by 7/8. You're going to need one for the front of your piece, one for the back part of your piece. Then you're going to cut one out of a thin chipboard. It's going to be the same measurement, 4 by 7/8. This is how I make it. If you're using a thicker cardstock, you don't need to cut so many. It just depends on how thick you want yours. This is just my process. So I cut 2 cardstock and 1 chipboard. They measure 4 by 7/8, and I sandwich that chipboard in between my cardstock. Okay, and then I use a punch from my stash, and I punch that out. Okay, and that is my base. That's the very bottom piece, the actual memory decks part of this. Okay, then we're going to move on to the next piece. We are going to use from our die, we're going to use this die right here. I call it a cone. I don't know, it's the top part of the hat, the cone part of the hat. I cut 4 of these. Okay, I'm going to cut 4. So I cut 2 in black cardstock, and this is for the base. And then I cut 2 out of my design paper, whatever design paper that I'm using, I cut 2. Okay, and then for my black cardstock, I cut 2. So there's a total of 4 cones. 2 are the design paper. It's what you're going to use for the top of your witch hat. And 2 are going to be for the support of your witch hat. Okay, so the 2 black cardstock, or whatever color you want to call them, we are going to fold on the first fold line, just like that. Okay, so that first fold line that doesn't have a tab, we're going to fold that in, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to count to the 3rd one and fold on that score mark. Okay, we're going to do the same with this. We're going to fold on that first score mark that doesn't have a tab. See how there's a tab over here? This one is where we're going to fold, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3 and fold again. Okay, we're going to glue these pieces together just like that. Now I'm going to take this piece right here. This is the piece that we cut to create the actual box, and I'm going to cut 2 of these out. Okay, so 2 of those. This has little tabs on it. You're going to fold those tabs just like so. On all the score marks, you're going to fold, and you're going to take this die and cut it out 1 time. These are the pieces that you use to create your box. So you cut this one out twice, this one out once. Okay, and what we're going to do is adhere this piece to our base piece, just like that. So now that we have this piece glued together, because we're creating our memory decks and we're only using half of our witch hat, we can score this at the half mark. I just eyeball it, I line it up on both ends and score it. Okay, it's just an eyeball. There's no measurement for that. And then I fold it up. That's going to create our half box. So now that we have this piece ready, right, we've scored it, we've glued it together, we only need half of it. As you can see here, there aren't any tabs really to hold on to this, right? So I'm going to take my second piece that I asked you to cut, and we're going to adhere it to the inside of this piece, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to use this piece over here to glue it. We're going to use this tab that's already here, and we're going to glue that here. Okay, it's already, that little tab was already there. We're just going to use it and I'll add glue to all of this so it can be nice and sturdy. Okay. There you go. And I'm going to apply some pressure, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess. Just like that. Go at the bottom, trim off that excess. You can even, oops, it's not sticking over here. It's not dry yet. There you go. And then you can even trim off this little excess right here. Just like that. I left this little piece, but if you want to trim it off, you can certainly do that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece. This is this piece right here. It's the base, I guess, of the witch hat, of your witch box. You cut this out one time, okay? So that one you're going to cut out one time. One. And we're going to take her to our score tool, and I'm going to take the edge of this and line it up at 2 inches, okay? At 2 inches. And I'm going to score it at 2 inches. Just like that. This score mark that I've just made, I'm going to move to the 1/2 inch mark. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I am going to cut it at this point. Okay. So I scored it at 2 inches, and now I moved that score line to the 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to cut this. And that is going to be our base piece, okay, of our little memory decks. That's this piece right here. Okay. I am going to then take it to its widest part, right? The straight edge. It measures 5 inches. I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch and at 4.5 inches. Okay. And I'm going to cut those little squares out just like that. Okay. Okay, now that we have all of our pieces cut out, now we can start cutting out the layering pieces. So in this case, this is the layering piece for the base of our hat. That's this piece of paper right here that I cut in this orange gingham. What I'm going to do here is line this up with my base, and then I just eyeballed it. I lined it up against the stitch detail, and then I just cut it just like so. Okay. You will adhere that. This is this design paper that's on the rim of the hat. That's what this piece represents. Okay. It's the layering piece. Okay. Now that I have all of these pieces here cut and glued and ready to go, we can start assembling it. So I'm going to take these two pieces, which is my design paper and my chipboard, and I'm going to glue that to this tab right here. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to take this piece, the base piece, and I'm going to adhere it to this just like so. And I try to use those lines to center it. There you go. Apply some pressure. Okay. Then I'm going to take my back piece and adhere it to this to hide all of that mess. Okay, so just like that. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to adhere it to the back and center it as best you can. Apply some pressure, make sure it's flush to the bottom. I'll add some glue here. I used hot glue. I felt like that made it a little more sturdy. Okay, and that's the base of your witch hat. Then what I did is to create this piece right here, which is the top part of my hat. This is cut out of my design paper, not black cardstock. This is my design paper, or it could be black cardstock if that's what you're using. What I did is I adhered these pieces together. So I'm going to use that tab and adhere these two pieces. And you're going to determine which side is the front side and which side is the back. So this is my front, this is my back. Okay? And so what I do now is I make sure to fold on those score marks for the front. Take your time with this because you want it to look nice and crisp. You want those lines to look really, really good. At this point, you can layer this with the pieces like I did. It's not necessary if you don't want to. Then we're going to fold this piece, and this is the back piece. So what I did is I counted to 4. There's 4 triangle pieces, right, that are embossed on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 4th one, I folded that in half. Let's score it so I can show you. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So this 4th one, I am going to cut in half with that score, and that is what we're going to use for to create our tab for our hat. So it's going to go right on here. Okay, I'm going to adhere this, and you can actually cut off this excess if you would like. I think that I did because I wanted it to fit properly. So I just added glue to this, and then I used that as my tab. And that is our hat, and it'll fit nice and snug on there. Okay, so I hope that that clears it all up for you. It's super easy to put together, super easy to cut. Let me know if you have any more questions. Thank you so much for asking. This gave me a little extra content to see how you guys make these and embellish them and all the fun things. So make sure you tag me if you do try it. And yeah, thank you so much again, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.